I just had somebody comment on one of my videos and tell me that I was a good speaker and that the things that I say comes from the heart. And I'm not gonna lie, that comment meant a lot. It made my soul feel good when I read that comment because it just goes to show all of the work that I've put in because I don't have a problem with being vulnerable. And if you were to tell me that I would be this person that I am, say, 5 to 7 years ago when it comes to vulnerability, I would have looked at you like you crazy. Because never in a million years would I thought that I'd be able to be as vulnerable as I am now. And there's nothing wrong with being vulnerable. The more vulnerable you can be, I feel like the better off you'll be as a person. Because you'll never know who you'll impact with your story. You'll never know who's going through the same thing that you're going through in life. And you'll just never know who you'll be able to impact with your story. You'll never know who you'll be able to impact with you being vulnerable. And I feel like especially as men, we struggle with vulnerability because of a multitude of reasons, whether that be we try to open up to a woman and she threw it back in our face whenever she got upset, or where you didn't feel safe as a kid expressing yourself to your parents. You didn't feel comfortable being vulnerable with your parents as a kid. And we don't realize a lot of the things that we experience as kids contributes to how we are as adults, whether that's how we are in relationships, our argumentative styles, our love languages. All of that is contributed to the different experiences we had as kids. That's why your childhood is very pivotal when it comes to your adulthood life. So yeah, that comment made my soul feel good. I'm not gonna lie because it just goes to show how far I've come in life and just how mature I've become. Whether that's emotional maturity, I think that's the biggest thing. How mature I've become emotionally. Because there was one point in time where my emotional intelligence it was very subpar, if I do say the least. I wasn't very emotional mature, which that kind of hindered me in past relationships. That's something that I struggle with because nobody taught me that as a kid what emotional intelligence was and the importance of it and how that with being emotional intelligent that can help you in your relationship. And if you don't have emotional intelligence, you you may see everything as a slight towards you when the whole time the person may just be trying to help you out or they just maybe speak to you about issues that they see in you, but given the fact that you don't have much emotional intelligence, you can't read between the lines. So emotional intelligence is very important. Maturing emotionally is very important, and I feel like that's something as men we should be better at. And being vulnerable, there's nothing wrong with being vulnerable. Being vulnerable is one of the strongest things that you can do. And if somebody decides to take your vulnerability and use it against you to harm you, that just says more about them than it does you, honestly. And if you can get to the point where you can kind of switch your mindset to look at it like that, then you don't really give a fuck when people try to use your vulnerabilities and you use your weakest moments to try to hurt you or harm you. Because that just, like I said, that just goes to show the type of person that you're dealing with. And ultimately, if you're dealing with somebody like that, they shouldn't be in your life. So I just thought I'd lay that nugget on y'all.